Thank you, Marlon and Nadine. Happy Sabbath, everyone. I'm very happy to be with you today. And we are going to analyze some melodies and some rhythms of some hymns that we usually sing. And these melodies are coming from the hymnal book, the Seventh-day Adventist hymnal book. And now I'm going to use the Spanish hymnal book as well for 2 examples later. But the first hymn that I would like to share with you is 125, Joy to the World. I'm sure that many of us will be singing this hymn soon because it's one of the favorite Christmas hymns ever, written by George Frederick Handel. And it's very simple in its construction, but it's so well done. It's so beautiful and it's so happy. It's full of joy, actually. So how does he do that? How does he paint this atmosphere of joy and hope and light with this melody line? It's very interesting because he will start with 2/4. That is the rhythm. That's the time signature of this hymn. It's a 2/4. 2/4 is the more, I would say, the most organic time signature because it's 1 2 1 2. It's just like our heartbeat. Does you have tension release, 1 2. It's very organic rhythm. And also when we walk also in 1 2. You have 2 legs. Usually the first leg will be stronger than the second. So 1 2 is very march wise. So 2/4 is the most basic rhythm or time signature. And then what he's doing with the melody line is very interesting because he's saying joy to the world, the Lord has come. Listen, he's going down because this is God coming down to earth. So he is just using the scale. Bum, 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 bum. So let's see do re mi fa sol, but descending, right? So is God coming down to earth? So when you sing it, this is the original one. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. It makes total sense because what you are saying melodically, it goes totally consistent with the lyrics. And then the second section of the phrase is let earth receive his king, right? So now is the earth addressing his king. So from down up. And that is why the melody is going up. So when we analyze hymns, it's very interesting that the melody and the rhythm, they are very intentional in saying what they are trying to say because they are supporting the lyrics. And that's very beautiful because they support the lyrics which are biblical, right? Which are the truth of God, the gospel, what we want to convey. Another example that I think is very interesting is hymn 633, When We All Get to Heaven. And it is a 4/4. 4/4 is usually also a march. It doesn't have to be a march, but many marches are in 4/4. Remember we said 2/4 is very marchy, or march wise. 1 2. 4/4 is double. So 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Difference between 2/4 and 4/4 is 2/4 is shorter, right? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. 4/4 is a little longer, so 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. Now, something very interesting about this hymn is it belongs to the Salvation Army era, which is full of marches because it's an army that is also marching. But this hymn, I would sing this hymn with my brothers and sisters at Oakwood University, which is a historically Black university, and they never sung this hymn in 4/4. They sing it in 6/8. So this is how they're singing. Sing the wondrous love of Jesus, sing His mercy and of 1, 2, 3, 4, they will do 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 12/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, and why do they do that? Because they like more motion in the rhythm. And then you have, instead of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's more beat, right? There's more juice in the hymn. So that was very interesting to me, that they do that. They kind of transform the hymn from a march in a more waltz-like hymn. Another one that does exactly the same is 422. Remember that we mentioned Salvation Army. So Isaac Watts was the one that funded Salvation Army, right? And he started with the whole movement. And this Marching to Zion, hymn 422, was written by him as well. And then you can see the march again as Marching to Zion. You can feel the march, but it's 6/8. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One more time. It has a more I would say more singing, more dancing like rhythm than 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Interesting enough, this is 422. 423 is written by Joseph Haydn, a very important classical composer. He was contemporary of Mozart, and he was a very, very well-known Austrian composer. And then this hymn, 423, Glorious Things of Thee Are Spoken, is actually the Austrian national anthem. So imagine that we would have in the hymnal book. That would be kind of surprising, right? So when the Austrian, our Seventh-day Adventist brothers and sisters in Austria, they see this hymn, they don't sing it with Christian lyrics because it's actually their national anthem. And you can see, one more time, you can see the march here. And you can also see the classical tradition, very balanced, very structured, right? In opposite to that notion of very clear structure and organized are some of the Spanish hymns, which are more about emotion and that sense of, I would say, freedom in the rhythm and in the melody line. And one of them is Más allá del sol. Más allá del sol is one of the most sung Spanish hymns ever. It's Mexican, it's a Mexican melody line. And remember what we said about Handel and Joy to the World? It was going down. So Más allá del sol is talking about the second coming and that promised land and our home in heaven, right? So it's going up. Think when you say, really, I'm so excited about it, you usually go up when you're excited, when you receive a good news, and then you want to share it, the inflection of your voice goes up. You don't say, oh, I am so excited. You don't go down, right? You go up. So same thing with this hymn. It's going up, right? And then and it has a very festive and positive rhythm and melody line. And you know how it goes. So I think it is very interesting that this hymn is the most popular one of the hymns in Spanish because it's happy, and I think that it talks about our hope and our future, bright future with Jesus in a very positive way. So I hope, I mean, we could go on and on, but I know that I have 10 minutes and I already used 11. Sorry, Marlon. But thank you for the opportunity, and I hope you enjoy learning more and more about how we can be united in our differences, and we're better together from different backgrounds and cultures and skills and modes and instruments, and we are all united by God and His Spirit. Enjoy the Sabbath day. Blessings. Bye.